Anna was dusting the mantelpiece when she heard a weak voice from the bedroom. "Anna, come to me." She put down the cloth, quickly washed her hands, and went up to the second floor. Viktor Pavlovich Orlov lay in the large bed, pale and gaunt. 78 years old, lung cancer, stage 4. The doctors gave him 1 more week, maximum 2. "I am here, Viktor Pavlovich," Anna said softly, sitting on the chair next to the bed. The old man looked at her with a cloudy gaze. His weak hand moved slightly, trying to reach hers. Anna took his palm in her cold, almost weightless hand. "Anna, you are a good girl," he rasped. 4 years you have been here, honest, hardworking.
"I trust you. Thank you, Viktor Pavlovich." Anna was 28 years old. For the last 4 years, she had worked as a housekeeper in Orlov's mansion. Before that was the orphanage, then 3 years in prison for a theft. The stupidity of a 20-year-old girl who wanted a beautiful life and took a stranger's wallet in a shopping mall. She was caught on camera. They gave her 3 years. She served them all, coming out at 23 with the stigma of a convict and no future. It was almost impossible to find a job. Who would hire a former convict? For half a year she struggled, living on odd jobs. And then she saw an ad. Housekeeper wanted. Accommodation, meals, good salary. Criminal record is not an impediment. She came for the interview. Viktor Pavlovich met her personally, a tall, old man with gray, piercing eyes. "Do you have a criminal record?" he asked directly. "I do," Anna answered honestly. "For theft. I served 3 years. I can show the rehabilitation certificate." He looked at her for a long time, then nodded. "Fine, I'll hire you. But if even 1 kopeck disappears, I will hand you over to the police without discussion." Anna worked like a slave. She cleaned the huge mansion, cooked, washed. Viktor Pavlovich lived alone. His wife had died 10 years ago. They had no children. He ran several companies, but in recent years he almost never left the house. His health was failing. Anna worked honestly. She didn't take a single coin. Viktor Pavlovich saw this, began to trust her, spoke with her in the evenings, told her stories from his life. She listened, remained silent, served his tea. He was lonely. She felt sorry for him. Half a year ago, he was diagnosed. Inoperable cancer. Viktor Pavlovich accepted this calmly. "I have lived long," he told Anna. "I do not complain. I am just sorry that I am alone. I have no one to leave the house to, no one to pass on what I have accumulated." Anna remained silent. She didn't care about his money. She just worked, and now he was dying. In the last 2 weeks, he hardly got up. Anna cared for him, changed his linens, fed him, gave him water and medicine. They did not hire a nurse. Viktor Pavlovich didn't want strangers. "Anna," he called her again, "I have a request for you, a big request." "I am listening." He tried to sit up, but had no strength. He sank back onto the pillow. "In the office, in the desk, there is an envelope. Can you find it?" Anna stood up, left the bedroom, and went down to the office. A huge desk made of dark wood. She opened the top drawer. Inside there was indeed a large sealed envelope. On it was written in big letters, "For Anna." She brought the envelope upstairs. Viktor Pavlovich nodded. "Open it." Anna opened the envelope. Inside was money, a thick stack of banknotes. She counted them quickly. 100,000 rubles. There was also a sheet of paper with an address and a key. "Viktor Pavlovich, this is—" "Listen carefully," he interrupted her. "Time is short. You will go to a village. The address is on the paper. There is an old house there. The key is for it. You will go inside. A woman lives in the house, Maria Pavlovna, my sister. You will tell her that I sent you. She will explain everything." Anna looked at him, not understanding. "But why? What is there?" "You go and find out." Viktor Pavlovich began to cough and wheeze. Anna gave him water. He took a sip and continued. "The money is for you, for the road, for work, because you have been with me these 4 years. Will you go after my funeral? Maria Pavlovna will be waiting. I called her yesterday. She knows you will come. Viktor Pavlovich, I don't understand. You don't need to understand now. Just promise me you will go. It is very important. Important for you. Anna hesitated, then nodded. Okay, I promise. The old man exhaled in relief. Thank you. You are a good girl, Anna. Forgive me that I couldn't tell you sooner. But now you will find out. He closed his eyes and fell asleep. Anna sat next to him, holding his hand, not understanding what he was talking about. What sister? What house? What will she find out there? Viktor Pavlovich died 3 days later, quietly in his sleep. Anna found him in the morning, cold and motionless. She didn't cry. She just called the funeral home, as he had asked her. Everything had been organized in advance. The funeral was modest. Business partners came, a few distant acquaintances. Everyone said the right words, but without emotion. Viktor Pavlovich had been rich, but alone. No one truly mourned him. Anna stood aside. She wasn't a relative, just the housekeeper. But inside she felt empty and sad. The old man had been kind to her, the only one in her entire life who gave her a chance. After the funeral, the notary came and read the will. The mansion and all the assets passed into the ownership of a charitable foundation. Anna received a financial compensation of 500,000 rubles and an apartment in the city.
A small studio apartment, but hers. Anna didn't expect it. She thought she would simply end up on the street, and now she had money and a home. She signed the documents and received the keys to the apartment. The notary said that in 1 month all the final papers would be finalized. Anna gathered her things, few clothes, books. Everything fit into a single bag. She left the mansion for the last time, locked the door, stood on the porch remembering the 4 years lived here. Then she took out the envelope with money and the small paper, the village address, the key to the house, the promise made to an old man on his deathbed. She had to go. The next day, Anna got on the bus. The village was 300 kilometers away, small, lost among the forests. She had to travel all day. The bus shook over the potholes. Fields, patches of forest, rare villages passed by the window. Anna looked out the window and thought, why did Viktor Pavlovich send her here? What does she need to find out? And who is this Maria Pavlovna, his sister? In 4 years, Viktor Pavlovich had never mentioned relatives. He only said his wife had died and he had no children. Anna had thought he was completely alone, and now it seems he has a sister living in a god-forsaken village. The bus arrived towards evening. A small station, a wooden roof, and a bench. Around, old wooden houses with crooked fences. Silence. Only dogs barked in the distance. Anna got off and looked around. She had to find the house. The address on the paper, Central Street, house number 12. She started down the only road, covered in dust. Houses lined up, old but well kept. Here and there in the yards, old women went about their business. They looked at Anna with curiosity. A stranger, young, with a bag. In villages, strangers are noticed immediately. Anna found house number 12, a small wooden house with carved frames at the windows, painted blue. The yard was neat, flowers in beds. The gate was open. Anna stood at the gate, gathering her courage, then pushed it and entered the yard. She went up onto the porch and knocked on the door. Footsteps were heard from inside. The door opened. On the threshold stood a woman of about 75 years old. Short, plump, with gray hair gathered in a bun. A gentle face, attentive eyes. "Are you Anna?" she asked. "Yes, Anna Komarova. Are you Maria Pavlovna?" "Come in, girl. I was waiting for you." Anna entered the house. Inside it was clean, simple. Old furniture, rugs on the floor, icons in the corner. It smelled of pies. "Sit down," Maria Pavlovna pointed to the table. "You are tired from the road. I'll pour you tea immediately." She poured tea into large mugs,
put a plate of pies on the table. Anna drank and remained silent. Maria Pavlovna sat opposite, looking at her intently. "Did Victor die?" she asked softly. "Yes, 3 days ago."
"We buried him the day before yesterday." Maria Pavlovna crossed herself. "God rest his soul. My brother, we haven't seen each other for a long time, probably 20 years. Him in the city with business, me here, but we called each other sometimes." "He told me that you would explain everything," Anna said. "I have to find out something here, but I don't understand what." Maria Pavlovna was silent for a long time, then stood up. "Let me show you something." They went through the kitchen into a small room, an old bed, a wardrobe, a chest of drawers. Maria Pavlovna opened the chest of drawers and took out a box, a large cardboard box tied with string. "Sit down." She nodded towards the bed. "This will be a long talk." Anna sat down.
Maria Pavlovna untied the string and opened the box. Inside were photographs, letters, documents. She took out an old black and white photograph. "This is my brother Victor," she pointed. "Young, 24 years old, the year 1970. Anna took the photograph. Indeed, a young Victor Pavlovich, a handsome boy with dark hair and a smile. In that year he fell in love, Maria Pavlovna continued, with a girl, Svetlana Igorovna. She was from a good family of professors, and Victor was from simple people. We lived poorly. Parents worked at the factory, but Victor was ambitious, wanted to become someone." She took out another photograph, a girl of about 20 years old, beautiful, with long blonde hair. "This is Svetlana." They dated for half a year, in secret. Her parents were against it, said he was a pauper, unworthy, but the young ones loved each other. Anna listened, not understanding what connection she had to this. "Svetlana got pregnant," Maria Pavlovna said softly. "She was 23 years old. She got scared. Her parents would have killed her if they found out. She wanted to have an abortion, but Victor convinced her not to. Said, 'We'll get married, I'll find a job, I'll support us.'" Maria Pavlovna took out a letter, old, yellowed. But Svetlana didn't tell him the truth. She wrote him a letter, told him everything was over, that she was marrying another, to forget her. Victor received the letter, broke down, got drunk, got into fights, then left for another city, started a new life, made a career, earned money. He got married 10 years later, but they had no children. His wife couldn't. "And Svetlana?" asked Anna. "She gave birth to a girl in the year 1971, named her Elena. Svetlana's parents gave the girl to the orphanage. They told her, 'Either you give up the child, or we throw you out of the house.' Svetlana couldn't withstand the pressure, wrote a statement of relinquishment. They took Elena to the children's home." Anna froze.
Elena, born in 1971. Svetlana regretted it all her life, continued Maria Pavlovna. She got married, gave birth to 2 more children, but she didn't forget her first daughter. She tried to find her when she grew up, but didn't succeed. She died of cancer in the year 1993. She took out another document, the birth certificate, old, Soviet. Elena Viktorovna Orlova, born on March 15, 1971. Mother, Svetlana Yegorovna Ivanova. Father, Viktor Pavlovich Orlov. Anna looked at the document, unable to believe her eyes. Elena Viktorovna Orlova, Viktor Pavlovich's daughter. "Where do you have this from?" she whispered hoarsely. "How did you find out?" Victor found out 5 years ago. They contacted him from a charitable organization. They help former convicts find relatives, integrate into life. They were looking for family for a girl. She had gotten out of prison, couldn't get hired anywhere. She had a history. Her mother died in a car accident when the little girl was 1 year old. The little girl ended up in the orphanage, then in prison. Anna's heart was beating madly. Victor was interested, asked to see the papers.
It turned out that the deceased woman, Elena Viktorovna Orlova, was born in the year 71, grew up in an orphanage. In the year 96, she gave birth to a little girl, named her Anna. A year later, she died in an accident. The little girl remained at the orphanage. Maria Pavlovna took out yet another document, the birth certificate. Anya Sergeyevna Komarova, born on April 20th, 1996. Mother, Elena Viktorovna Orlova. Anya took the document with trembling hands. Her birth certificate. She had seen it hundreds of times. She knew it by heart. Mother, Elena Orlova. Father, not mentioned. The surname they gave her after her mother's stepfather, Komarov, who had recognized Elena at the orphanage, but then abandoned her. Victor checked everything, said Maria Pavlovna softly. He found documents, found out. Elena is his daughter. Svetlana gave birth to her with him, and you are his granddaughter. Anya sat motionless. She couldn't utter a word.
Granddaughter. She is Viktor Pavlovich's granddaughter. I don't understand, she stammered finally. If he knew 5 years ago, why didn't he say? Why did he stay silent? Maria Pavlovna sighed. Because he was afraid. Victor was a smart man. He understood that if he told you the truth, you would think he wanted to buy himself out, to give money to soothe his conscience, or you would decide that he is guilty for your fate. He abandoned his daughter, didn't help his granddaughter. But he didn't know about the daughter. Svetlana hid it, Anna let slip. I told him that too, but Victor blamed himself. He said, if I hadn't left, if I had tried to find out the truth, to find Svetlana, maybe everything would have been different. Maybe Elena wouldn't have ended up in the orphanage. Maybe you would have grown up in a family. Maria Pavlovna poured herself tea, took a sip. He watched you from a distance. When you went to prison, he wanted to help you, to hire a lawyer, to get you out, but he understood you would refuse. You would think it was a rich man's handout. He waited for you to get out, hired a private detective. He found out where you lived, that you were looking for work, and Victor placed an ad in the neighborhood where you lived. He phrased it specifically so you would answer. Criminal record not an impediment. He waited, and you called. Anna remembered. The ad had been strange. Housekeeper wanted without recommendations, with criminal record not being a problem. She had wondered then, thought it was a mistake, but she called, and Viktor Pavlovich hired her. He wanted to be close to you, continued Maria Pavlovna, to help you, to take care, but not as a grandfather, but as an employer, so you wouldn't feel indebted, so you would earn it yourself. He respected your pride. Tears flowed down Anna's cheeks. 4 years. 4 years she had lived near her grandfather without knowing, worked for him, and he stayed silent, looked at her, spoke, and stayed silent. Why didn't he tell me at least before he died? She sobbed. Why did he send me here? Because he wanted you to find out the truth here, from me, without pressure, without the presence of a dying old man asking for forgiveness. He wanted you to make the decision yourself, to forgive him or not, to accept his memory or reject it. Maria Pavlovna took out another envelope, thick, sealed. This is for you, from Victor. He wrote a letter, asked me to give it to you after his death. Anna took the envelope. Her hands were trembling. She opened it, took out a few sheets. Viktor Pavlovich's handwriting was neat, clear. Anna, if you are reading this, it means I am no more, and Maria Pavlovna has told you the truth. You know that I am your grandfather, that Elena was my daughter, that I didn't know about her, but that is no excuse. I am guilty. I left, I didn't try to find out the truth. I lived my life, I made money. And my daughter was growing up in an orphanage. My granddaughter the same. I wasn't there when you needed me. When I found out about you 5 years ago, I wanted to fix everything, but I understood it was too late. You are already an adult. You have your life, your pain. I had no right to barge into it and shout, I am your grandfather. Forgive me. I decided otherwise, to be close, in silence,
to help how I can, to give you work, a roof over your head, a salary. You earned every single penny. I gifted you nothing. You took everything yourself through your work. 4 years I watched you. I saw how smart, honest, hardworking you are. I was proud of you. I regretted that I couldn't say, "This is my granddaughter." Now I have died and left you a little, the apartment. The money is not a payment, not a ransom. It is what a grandfather leaves to his granddaughter, because he loves her, because he wants her to have everything well. You can accept, you can refuse, you can hate me. It is your right. I don't ask for forgiveness. I don't ask for love. I just want you to know that you are not alone. You had a grandfather who loved you, even if in silence. Live, Anna. Live well. Be happy. It is all I wish. Your grandfather, Victor. Anna read and cried, sobbing. Maria Pavlovna hugged her, stroked her back. Cry, girl, cry. These are good tears. They sat like that for a long time. Then Anna wiped her tears, looked at Maria Pavlovna. And did you know? You knew the whole time? Yes. Victor told me when he found out, asked me to keep the secret. I kept it, although I felt like coming, hugging you, saying, "You are one of ours." But I listened to my brother. And now, what do we do now? Maria Pavlovna smiled. Now you decide. Do you want to return to the city? Live in the apartment your grandfather left you? Do you want to stay here with me? I live alone. I have no children. I would be glad if my granddaughter lived with me. Anna looked at her, an elderly woman, kind, who was also alone, who also wished for a family. Can I stay for a few days? She asked softly. I need to process all this. Of course, my dear. Stay as long as you want. Anna stayed. The first days passed as if in a fog. She walked through the village, tried to understand what she had learned. She had had a grandfather, a real blood grandfather, who knew about her, watched her, helped her, and stayed silent. She got angry. Why didn't he tell her? Why did he play these games? For 4 years she could have known the truth. For 4 years she would have had a family. But then the anger passed. Understanding came. Victor Pavlovich had been right. If he had told her immediately, she wouldn't have believed him. She would have thought he wanted to buy himself out, to buy her gratitude with money. She is proud. She wouldn't have taken anything. But this way she earned it herself. Honestly, 4 years of work. The apartment and money are not charity. They are her salary, put aside, saved. Her right. Maria Pavlovna put no pressure, just lived alongside, prepared breakfast, lunch, dinner, talked in the evenings, told stories about family, about the past. Your grandmother Svetlana was a beauty, she would say, showing old photos. Smart, educated, but unhappy. Her parents pressured her, forced her to live by their rules. She couldn't resist, gave up her daughter, and then regretted it all her life. Did she try to find Elena? Anna asked. She tried. When Elena turned 18, Svetlana came to the orphanage, but it was too late. Elena had already finished, had left. Svetlana searched through acquaintances, placed ads, didn't find her, and 3 years later she died. Cancer, just like Victor, hereditary, it seems. Anna listened and thought about her mother, Elena. She almost didn't remember her. Only fragments, warm hands, smell of perfume, a lullaby. Elena was 26 years old when she died. Anna was 1 year old. Too little time together. My father, Anna asked. In the birth certificate, he isn't listed. Who is he? Maria Pavlovna shook her head. I don't know. Victor didn't manage to find out either. Elena wasn't married. She gave birth alone. Maybe the father left her. Maybe he didn't know about the pregnancy. A mystery. Anna nodded. Another mystery in her life. She never knew her father, and now she never will. On the fifth day, a woman of about 50 came to Maria Pavlovna's house,
plump, with a headscarf, with curious eyes. "Maria, is this your granddaughter?" she asked, gesturing towards Anna, who was watering flowers in the yard. "Yes," Maria Pavlovna answered calmly. "Anna came from the city."
"Visiting." "Ah," the woman drawled. "Okay, but I was thinking maybe you hired a nurse. Your health." "Health is normal," Maria Pavlovna cut her short. "Did you come with business, Valentina, or just so?" Valentina left, but a day later the whole village already knew. At Maria Pavlovna's there is a granddaughter, from the city, young, beautiful, unmarried. Anna felt the gazes. When she went to the shop, the old women on the benches fell silent, looked after her, then whispered. In the village, strangers were discussed quickly and in detail. "Don't pay attention to them," Maria Pavlovna advised her. "Villagers like to gossip. In about 2 weeks, they will forget. They will get used to it." A week later, a girl of about 25 approached Anna. Tall, nice, in jeans and a t-shirt. "Hi, I'm Olga. I live 3 houses away. I heard you are Maria Pavlovna's granddaughter." "Hi, yes, I'm Anna. Do you want me to show you the village? You're probably bored. There's nothing to do here, but at least we can walk." Anna accepted. They walked, talked. Olga turned out to be a teacher at the local school. Cheerful, open, she told stories about the village, about the inhabitants. "Everyone knows everyone here," she said. "It's boring, of course. The youth leave. I want to go to the city too, but for now I can't manage. My mother is sick. I take care of her." They became friends. Olga came to Maria Pavlovna's in the evenings. They drank tea, chatted. Anna felt good. For the first time in her life, she felt something resembling home. Not an orphanage, not prison, not the strange mansion where she worked, but a house where she is expected, where people are happy to see her. 2 weeks passed. Anna decided to return to the city. She had to finalize the papers for the apartment, sort out the documents. Maria Pavlovna walked her to the bus. "Come again," she told her, hugging her. "You are always welcome. You are my granddaughter, my blood." Anna hugged her tighter. "I will come.
"I will definitely come." In the city, she finalized the papers for the apartment, a small studio on the outskirts, clean, bright, hers. For the first time in her life, she had her own home. The notary handed her all the documents. The apartment was in her name. Plus, in the account, she had 500,000 rubles. Anna looked at the papers and thought, is this all real or is it a dream? She got a job as a saleswoman at a shop. Small salary, but stable. She didn't need much. The apartment was hers. She had no debts. She could live quietly. In the evenings, she called Maria Pavlovna. They talked for half an hour, sometimes an hour. Maria Pavlovna told stories about the village, about the neighbors. Anna told stories about work, about the city. "When are you coming?" Maria Pavlovna always asked. "Soon, on the weekend." And Anna went every weekend, took the bus Friday evening, arrived at night. Maria Pavlovna waited for her with dinner, with hot tea. They sat in the kitchen, talked until midnight. Sunday, Anna left back. And so on, every week, for 1 month, 2, 3. Maria Pavlovna became closer and closer to her. Not just a distant aunt, but a real grandmother who loves her, waits for her, takes care of her. "Anna," she told her one day, "don't you want to move here for good? Leave the work in the city, stay in the village?" Anna thought, "And what will I do here? There is no work." "We'll find work." At the school, they are looking for a cleaning lady. Olga said so. Or at the shop. The salary is small, of course, but living is cheap too. We have a garden, chickens. You won't be lost. Anna hesitated. On one hand, the city, the usual life. On the other hand, the village. Where is she expected? Where are people happy to see her? "I will think about it," she said. The decision came unexpectedly. After 4 months, Anna argued with the boss at the shop. He accused her of a shortage, although Anna had no fault. She tried to explain, to prove. The boss didn't listen to her, fired her. Anna came home, sat in the kitchen, looked out the window, and thought, again someone accuses her. Again, no one listens to her. At 20 years old, prison for a theft she actually committed, but she served her punishment. And now dismissal for a shortage she didn't cause. She called Maria Pavlovna, told her, "Come," she said simply, "you don't need this city. And the apartment, rent it out, you will have an income, and you come and stay here, with me. I am alone. The house is big. It's more cheerful with two." Anna thought and accepted. A week later, she gathered her things, rented the apartment to a young couple, agreed on 1 year. The money from rent went into her account. Not much, but stable. She arrived in the village with 2 suitcases. Maria Pavlovna met her on the threshold with hugs. "Look how good. Now my girl is home." Anna got a job as a cleaning lady at the school. The salary was ridiculous, 15,000 rubles. But expenses were low: products from the garden, eggs from the chickens, milk from the neighbor's cow. The apartment rent brought in another 20,000. It was enough for them. She worked, helped Maria Pavlovna in the household, socialized with Olga. Life was simple, quiet, but calm. For the first time in 28 years, Anna didn't fear tomorrow. In winter, Maria Pavlovna got sick. A cold turned into pneumonia. Anna called the doctor, cared for her. 2 weeks Maria Pavlovna lay with a fever. Anna gave her medicine, made her soups, changed her linens. Maria Pavlovna recovered. When she got out of bed, she hugged Anna. "Thank you, girl. Without you, I wouldn't have managed. Don't talk nonsense. You are my grandmother. I will take care of you." Maria Pavlovna began to cry, softly, from happiness. In spring, they dug the garden together, planted potatoes, carrots, cucumbers. Anna had never worked the land, but she learned. Maria Pavlovna showed her, explained to her. "The land feeds you," she said. "If you respect it, it gives back." Victor didn't understand this. He left for the city, made money, and I stayed here. I live poorly, but peacefully. "Do you regret it?" asked Anna. "That you didn't leave too?" "No, I am good here. All my life I lived in this house. I was born here, and I will die here." In summer, an event happened. A man came to Maria Pavlovna, a man of about 50 years old, in an expensive suit with a black jeep. He introduced himself as Dmitry Alexeyevich, a lawyer. "I come on behalf of the executor of Viktor Pavlovich Orlov's will," he said. "There is additional information for the heir." Anna became suspicious. "What information? Everything is already finalized. I received the apartment and the money." "Not everything." Dmitry Alexeyevich took out a folder. "Viktor Pavlovich left something else. A plot of 20 hectares, in the forest, 50 kilometers from here. On the plot there is an old house. Viktor Pavlovich bought it 20 years ago. He wanted to build a recreation base, but didn't manage to. The land is empty." "So what?" asked Anna. "Viktor Pavlovich left it to you in his will. You can decide yourself what to do with it, sell or use it." Anna took the document. Land, 20 hectares, with a house. Value, approximately 3 million rubles, if sold. "Can I see the land?" she asked. "Of course. Here are the keys to the house. The address is in the document." He left. Anna showed the document to Maria Pavlovna. "Let's go. Let's see," she proposed. "Let's go." The next day they rented a car. They set off. 50 kilometers on a dirt road. Forest all around. Finally, they came out into a clearing. Big, beautiful, with a stream. In the middle of the clearing stood an old wooden house. Not a dilapidated shack, but needing repairs. Anna opened the door with the key. Inside it was empty, only old furniture, dust, spiderwebs. But the house was solid. It could be repaired. They walked around the land. 20 hectares. A huge area. Forest, clearing, stream. Beautiful, quiet. Anything could be built. "What are you planning to do?" asked Maria Pavlovna. Anna stood in the middle of the clearing, looked around, and suddenly understood that her grandfather hadn't just left her land. He had left her a choice, the possibility to build something of her own, not to sell and spend,
but to create. "I want to make a shelter," she said suddenly, "for orphan children, a temporary one, so they can come in the summer, to rest, to gather strength. I know what it's like to grow up without parents. I want to help." Maria Pavlovna looked at her for a long time, then nodded. Victor would have been happy, very happy. Anna started to take action. She found information on how to register the shelter. It turned out that a heap of documents, permits, and inspections were needed, but she did not give up. There wasn't enough money for everything, but grants could be obtained, sponsors could be found. Anna wrote applications, went to institutions, explained the idea. Olga helped. She knew many people in the district and told her whom to address. Maria Pavlovna supported her morally. 8 months passed. Anna obtained a grant from a charitable foundation. Small, 300,000 rubles, but enough to start the repairs. She hired a team, started repairing the house. They fixed the roof, changed the windows, installed water and electricity. The work went slowly. Winter stopped the construction. They resumed only in the spring. Another half a year was spent on drawing up documents, registering the NGO, approvals from the sanitary inspectorate, the fire inspection, the commission for minors. Anna put her soul and all her strength into it. She went to the site every week, supervised the works, discussed with officials, gathered endless certificates. 2 years passed since the beginning of the project. The house was ready, small but comfortable. 4 rooms for children, a kitchen, a bathroom. In the yard, a playground, swings, a sandbox. Everything simple but durable. Anna finalized all the documents. The shelter was officially registered. The organization was named Svetlana, in honor of Anna's grandmother, who had given up her daughter but regretted it all her life. In the summer, the first children arrived, 5 from the district orphanage. Girls and boys from 7 to 12 years old, thin, fearful, with sad eyes. Anna welcomed them on the porch. "Hello, I am Anna. Welcome." The children were silent, watching. Then the youngest boy, Grisha, 7 years old, asked, "But is it true that we can live here for a whole month?" "True," Anna smiled. "A whole month. You will swim in the stream, walk in the forest, play, and I will cook you tasty food." In the first days, the children were inhibited, afraid to make noise, to ask, to laugh. Anna understood. They were used to the orphanage. There, you are not allowed to stand out. You are not allowed to ask. You must be silent and invisible. She didn't put pressure on them, simply lived alongside them, prepared breakfast, lunch, dinner, took them for walks, told them stories. Gradually, the children thawed out. A week later, they were already running around the yard, shouting, playing, laughing. Anna looked at them and thought, here is happiness, not in money, not in apartments, but in these children's smiles. Maria Pavlovna came often, brought pies, little treats. The children called her Grandma Maria. She didn't mind, sat with them on the porch, told them fairy tales. Olga also helped, held classes, taught the children to draw, to recite poems. She was wonderful at it. The children loved her. The month flew by quickly. The children left tanned, fuller, happy. Anna saw them off with sadness, but she knew that the next summer they would come again. A year later, the shelter expanded. Anna found other sponsors as well. Local entrepreneurs, learning about the project, started to help. She received a new grant. She built a second house, smaller, for volunteers. Now she could receive more children. In the first 3 years, approximately 45 children passed through the shelter. Some came only once, some every summer. Anna remembered them all, knew each one by name, by character. Some children called her later, told her about their lives. "Anna Sergeyevna, thank you," a little girl, Katya, told her. "You showed me that good exists. that there are people who care. Anna listened and cried with happiness. 4 years passed since the death of Viktor Pavlovich. Anna was 32 years old, Maria Pavlovna 79. They both lived in the village, and in the summer they went to the shelter, receiving the children. One evening, Anna sat on the porch, watching the sunset and thinking about her grandfather. She had never seen his grave, had not been to the cemetery. She was ashamed. It seemed to her that she had no right. She had found out about the kinship too late. But now she was ready. "Maria Pavlovna," she called out, "where is Viktor Pavlovna buried?" "At the town cemetery, next to his wife." "Let's go there, tomorrow. I want to. I must visit him." They left the next day. The cemetery was large, well kept. Maria Pavlovna knew the way. They passed through the rows, stopped at a monument.
Viktor Pavlovich Orlov, 1946-2024. Beloved husband, brother. Anna stood looking at the photograph on the monument. Viktor Pavlovich in a suit, serious, with gentle eyes. "Hello, grandfather," she said quietly. "I am Anna, your granddaughter." The word stuck in her throat. "Forgive me for not coming sooner. I didn't know, and when I found out, I was scared. I thought I didn't have the right, but now I have come. I want to say thank you for everything, for the work, for the apartment, for the land, for giving me a chance." She took a photograph out of her bag, a group photo with the children from the shelter. "Look, this is the Svetlana shelter. I built it on your land for orphan children, just as I once was. They come in the summer, rest, gather strength. I feed them, take care of them. I want them to have at least a little happiness." She placed the photograph at the monument. "You would be proud, grandfather. I know. Maria Pavlovna says, you wanted me to be happy. I am trying. I live honestly. I help others. That is happiness, isn't it?" Maria Pavlovna hugged her. "Well done, my girl. Viktor hears and is proud." They stayed a little longer, then left. On the way, Anna asked, "But did you ever think that everything would turn out like this? That I would come, find out the truth, stay?" Maria Pavlovna smiled. Viktor hoped very much. "He used to tell me, 'Maria, I did what I could. I gave her a chance. I gave her a choice. The rest is her decision. If she wants to, she will find herself. If not, it means I was wrong.'" He wasn't wrong. No, he wasn't wrong. In the 5th year of the shelter's operation, something unexpected happened. An inspection came from the district education department. 3 women in strict suits with files and notebooks. They inspected the house, checked the documents, asked questions. Anna answered honestly, showed everything. She had nothing to hide. The shelter operated according to the rules. The children were fed, healthy, happy. But one of the inspectors, a plump woman of about 50 with a dissatisfied face, found fault with everything. The roof was too low. The ground wasn't up to standards. The documents weren't drawn up correctly. "You don't have medical staff on the personnel list," she declared. "This is a violation. The shelter must close until it is remedied." Anna's face turned pale. "But we have a contract with the district polyclinic. The doctor comes once a week, examines the children. It is written in the documents." "Insufficient. A permanent medical staff member is needed, otherwise we close." The inspectors left, leaving orders. Anna had 2 months to remedy the irregularities, otherwise the shelter would close. Anna returned home devastated. Maria Pavlovna met her on the porch. What happened? Anna told her. Maria Pavlovna frowned. "That's Raisa Fyodorovna. She is a mean woman. She envies everyone. Her daughter wanted to get a grant for a project. They didn't approve it, but they approved yours. So she is taking revenge." "But what should I do? I won't find a full-time medical staff member. I don't have the money to pay a normal salary. The grant is only for the children's maintenance." "And how much is needed?" 30,000 minimum. I don't have this money permanently." Maria Pavlovna fell into thought. "But I have an acquaintance, Galina Petrovna. She is a retired nurse, lives alone. She might accept for a small salary.
She gets bored at home. Anna cheered up. She got in touch with Galina Petrovna, a woman of about 65, lively, energetic. She agreed to work for 20,000 rubles a month, only for the summer period. "I have nothing to do in the summer anyway," she said. "I'll help with pleasure. Children are a joy." The inspection came again 2 months later. Galina Petrovna showed all the documents, the pensioner ID, the health book, the employment contract. They had nothing to pick on. Raisa Fyodorovna ground her teeth but signed the act, irregularity remedied. Anna exhaled with relief. The shelter was saved. Galina Petrovna stayed the whole summer. She worked wonderfully. The children loved her. At the end of August, she told Anna, "Anna Sergeyevna, I will come next summer too. It is so good here." "I feel useful." Anna hugged her. "Of course, come. I will be very happy." In the autumn, when the children scattered, Anna sat on the porch and drew a line. 5 years of work, approximately 60 children. Many of them changed. They became more confident, kinder, happier. She received letters, phone calls. The children gave thanks. But there was a little girl who didn't call. Maria, 9 years old. She had come to the shelter 2 years ago. Closed off, aggressive, she didn't trust anyone. Anna had tried to find an approach, but the girl rejected her. A month later she left, without having thawed out. Anna suffered. She had wanted to help, but couldn't. This had been her failure. One day in October, a doorbell was heard. Anna opened. On the threshold stood a girl of about 11 years old, thin, in an old jacket, with a backpack on her back. "Hello," she said quietly. Anna looked at her closely and recognized her. "Maria." The girl nodded. Anna hugged her. "Come in. What happened?" Maria entered the house, sat in the kitchen. Maria Pavlovna poured her tea, put out biscuits. The girl ate greedily. "I ran away," she said finally, "from the orphanage. I can't take it anymore. They insult me. The educator beats me. I thought, maybe you would take me in here?" Anna took her hand. "Maria, I can't simply leave you. You are a minor. The orphanage will look for you. The police." The girl started to cry. "I knew it. I knew it wasn't allowed, but I didn't know where else to go." "You are the only one who was kind to me." Anna hugged her, stroked her back. "Don't cry. We'll come up with something." She called the orphanage, explained the situation. The director of the orphanage, a woman of about 60, sighed. "Maria is a difficult child. She has trauma. Her parents died when she was 7 years old. She saw it. Since then, she closed up. We tried, but we can't manage to find an approach. But what if I take her temporarily, register her as a foster family?" The director thought. "It's complicated. You have to pass the verification commission, but we can try." Anna started to finalize the documents. She did training for foster parents, 2 months of courses. She gathered certificates, passed the medical commission, received the psychologist's opinion. The guardianship authorities checked the house, the conditions, held interviews. Maria Pavlovna supported her. "You are doing well," she said. "Victor would be proud of you." 9 months later, Anna received permission. Maria moved in with her officially, temporarily for 1 year, a probation period. The girl was thawing slowly, but surely. Anna didn't put pressure, didn't demand, simply lived alongside, cooked, took care, talked. Maria went to the local school. At first she was afraid, closed up, but Olga helped her. She was Maria's homeroom teacher. She made sure the girl wasn't insulted. By spring, Maria was smiling. For the first time in 2 years, Anna saw her smile, sincere, bright. "Thank you," Maria said one day, "for taking me, for not abandoning me." Anna hugged her. "I will never abandon you." Another year passed. Maria turned 12. She had been living with Anna for a year already. She studied well, helped around the house, took care of Maria Pavlovna, had become part of the family. Anna was filing papers for permanent adoption. She wanted to officially become Maria's mother. The process went slowly but surely. One day in June, when children had come to the shelter again, something unexpected happened.
A man of about 50, short, wiry, with gray hair, came and introduced himself as Sergei Mikhailovich Komarov. "I am your mother's stepfather," he told Anna, Elena Viktorovna's. More precisely, I was a stepfather. I divorced her mother when Elena was 20 years old, but I remember her. Anna looked at him, not understanding. Mother's stepfather? Why did he come? "I found out about you by chance," continued Sergei Mikhailovich. "I read an article in the newspaper about the shelter. Your photograph was there. The name Komarova is my name. I put you under my name at the orphanage when Elena died. I didn't abandon you, as you thought. I simply couldn't take you. I didn't have money, a job. I was an alcoholic then." Anna was silent. Komarov. She had always thought it was just a name given at the orphanage, but it turns out it's the name of her mother's stepfather. "Why did you come?" she asked. "I want to ask for forgiveness. I left you. I didn't take you from the orphanage. I left you alone. You grew up, ended up in prison, suffered. And I drank, degraded. Only 5 years ago I quit. I did rehab, found a job, I live normally, and I decided to find you, to ask for forgiveness." Anna stood, digesting the information. This man could have taken her from the orphanage, could have raised her, but he didn't. He abandoned her. "I don't blame you," she said finally. "You were sick. Alcoholism is a disease. You couldn't help me then, but you are not my father." "Not even a stepfather. You are just a man from the past." Sergei Mikhailovich nodded. "I understand. I don't ask you to accept me. I simply wanted to say, forgive me. And one more thing. I know who your father is. The real one. Biological." Anna flinched. "Who?" "His name was Alexander Petrovich Rybakov. He was seeing your mother when she was 25 years old. He was married, hid it. When Elena got pregnant, he disappeared, simply left for another city, didn't leave contacts. Is he alive? I don't know. I tried to find him, but I didn't succeed. Maybe he is alive, maybe not. 33 years passed." Anna was silent. Father, biological father. A whole life she hadn't known about him, and now she found out, but late. "Too late. Thank you for telling me," she said, "but I don't need a father anymore. I had a family, Grandfather Victor, Aunt Maria. They gave me more than any biological relative could have given." Sergei Mikhailovich stood up. "I understood. Forgive me for bothering you. I just wanted to ease my conscience." He left. Anna remained seated on the porch. Maria Pavlovna came out, sat next to her. "It's a little hard, but I don't regret. He is right. I am not alone. I have you. I have Maria. There are the children who come every summer. This is my family. You are a wise girl." Maria Pavlovna took her hand. "Victor was not mistaken about you." In the summer, an event took place. A film crew from television came. They were making a report about social projects in the region. They had heard about the Svetlana shelter. They came to film a segment. Anna refused at first. She didn't want publicity. But the journalist, a young girl of about 25, convinced her. People need to know about such places. Maybe someone will also want to help, to create their own shelter, or simply donate money. Anna accepted. They filmed for 2 days. They showed the house, the children. Anna, Maria Pavlovna, conducted interviews. "Why do you do this?" the journalist asked. "You could have just sold the land, lived quietly on that money." Anna thought. "Because I myself grew up in an orphanage. I know what it's like not to be needed by anyone. I want to give these children at least a little warmth, care, love, so they know they are not alone." The report was broadcast a week later. Anna didn't watch it, didn't have time. But Olga called her, shouting into the receiver. "Anna, did you see? They showed you in the whole region. It's so great." After the broadcast, it started. Calls, letters, offers of help. People wanted to donate money, bring things, toys. Someone offered volunteer help. Anna was lost. She hadn't expected such an echo, but she pulled herself together, organized the reception of donations, opened a charity account. In 3 months, they collected 800,000 rubles, a lot of money. Anna didn't know what to do. Maria Pavlovna advised her, "Build another house for older children, teenagers. They also need help." Anna did just that. She started the construction of the third house. Now the shelter could receive up to 20 children at once. 7 years passed since the death of Victor Pavlovna. Anna was 35 years old, Maria 15. She studied in the upper grades, dreamed of entering medical college, wanted to become a nurse, to work at the shelter. Maria Pavlovna had aged. She was 82 years old. Her health was failing. Anna cared for her, as she had once cared for Victor Pavlovna.
"With love, with care. I don't want to be a burden," Maria Pavlovna said. "You are not a burden. You are my family, my grandmother." In the autumn, Maria Pavlovna became bedridden. The doctor came, shook his head. The heart, old age. Medicines helped little. Anna sat at her bedside in the evenings. They talked. Maria Pavlovna remembered her youth, her brother Victor, her parents. "You know," she said one day, "I am happy. I lived a long, lonely life, but not empty, and the last years were the best. You came. The house came to life. I felt useful again. You were always useful. You saved me. You gave me a family." Maria Pavlovna died in November, quietly, in her sleep. Anna found her in the morning. She didn't cry immediately, simply sat, held her cold hand, said goodbye. The funeral was modest. The neighbors came, Olga, Galina Petrovna, the children from the shelter, the older ones. Everyone cried. Maria Pavlovna had been a good person. Everyone loved her. Anna buried her next to Victor Pavlovich. On the family plot she placed a monument, Maria Pavlovna Orlova, 1949, 2031. Beloved aunt, grandmother, friend. After the funeral, Anna remained alone in the house. Maria was at school. Anna sat in the kitchen, drinking tea and remembering. 7 years ago, she had been a cleaning lady with a criminal record, without family, without a future, whom no one needed. And now she had a house, an adopted daughter, a shelter that helped children, a meaning in life. All this thanks to grandfather Victor, who was silent but loved, who gave her a chance without asking for gratitude. In the winter, a letter came from the lawyer Dmitry Alexeyevich. It read, "Dear Anna Sergeyevna, I am addressing you on behalf of the late Maria Pavlovna Orlova. She left a will. The entire house and her property go to you. Also, there are savings of 300,000 rubles. Please come to finalize the documents." Anna went, finalized everything. Maria Pavlovna's house was now hers. She decided not to sell it. She turned it into a guest house for the children's relatives, so that parents, if they existed, could come to visit. In the spring, a miracle happened. An unknown woman called Anna. "Hello, my name is Irina Alexandrovna Rybakova. I am Alexander Petrovich Rybakova's daughter." "My father's?" Anna froze. "My father's?" "Yes. I saw a report about you on TV a year and a half ago. Something touched me. I started to dig. I found out that my father was seeing Elena Orlova in the year 1995, that she gave birth to a daughter, that it is you. And what do you want? To get to know each other? We are sisters by father. I am 42 years old, you are 35. I have children, your nephews. I want you to know that you have a family." Anna listened and cried. Sister. She has a sister. They met a week later. Irina came with her husband and 2 children, a boy of 12 and a girl of 9. They resembled Anna.
the same gray eyes, the same oval face. Dad died 6 years ago, Irina recounted. He never spoke about Elena. I found out by chance. I found old letters. He wrote to her, but didn't send them. It was written there about the pregnancy, about the fact that he was a coward, that he couldn't divorce his wife, acknowledge the child. Did he regret it? Yes, very much, until the end of his life. He tried to find you, but he couldn't. The name changed, the tracks were lost. Anna showed Irina the shelter, told her story.
Irina listened, cried. You are incredible. You went through hell, but you didn't break. You created this place. You help children. They agreed to be family friends. Irina with the children started coming in the summer, helping at the shelter. Anna gained another part of a family, the 10th part. 10 years passed since the death of Viktor Pavlovich. Anna was 38 years old, Maria 18. She had finished school, entered medical college, was studying to become a nurse, worked at the shelter in the summer. She was dating a boy from the village, the physical education teacher Dmitri. Irina with her family came every summer. They helped, discussed, had become like relatives. The shelter had grown.
Now there were 3 houses, grounds, a gym. In 10 years, over 180 children had passed through the shelter. Many of them had grown up, found their way. Some had become volunteers themselves, helping the new children. One summer day, a young man of about 23 came, tall, athletic, with kind eyes. "Hello, Anna Sergeyevna. I am Grisha. Do you remember me?" Anna looked at him closely and remembered. Grisha, one of the first children who came 10 years ago. A thin little boy of 7 who asked, "Is it true that we can live here for a whole month?" "Grisha, of course I remember you. How are you?" "Good. I am a university student in my final year. I will be a physical education teacher. I am getting married next year." "I wanted to say thank you. You gave me hope. You showed me that good people exist. I remembered that summer always. It changed me." Anna hugged him. "I am so happy that you are well." There were many such stories. Children grew up, found happiness, and returned to say thank you. In the autumn, Anna sat on the porch, looked at the grounds, the houses, the playground, thought about the path traveled. 38 years, orphanage, prison, work as a cleaning lady, and then the discovery. Grandfather, family, shelter, meaning. She took out an old photograph. Viktor Pavlovich, young with dark hair, with a smile. Her grandfather, who loved in silence. "Thank you, grandfather," she whispered, "for everything, for the chance, for the belief in me. You gave me more than money and land. You gave me yourself, your love, your hope." She looked around. Maria with Dmitri were working in the garden. The children from the shelter were playing on the field. Galina Petrovna was doing the medical checkup. Olga was teaching the little ones to draw. Irina with her nephews were walking by the stream. This was her family. Big, noisy, happy, not by blood but close, gathered from shards, from people whom life brought together. Anna stood up, went to the children. They surrounded her, laughed, pulled her by the hands. "Anna Sergeyevna, come with us." Coming. She walked and smiled. Life was complicated. There were losses, there were pains, but there were also joys. There were people who loved. There were children whom she helped. Viktor Pavlovich was right. Happiness is not in money, not in wealth, but in what you do for others, in what you offer the world. Anna offered the world hope. To children who didn't have it. She offered them a home, be it temporary, only for the summer, but a home where they were loved, where they were cared for, where they were not orphans, but simply children. And that was the most important thing. In the evening, when the children went to sleep, Anna went out on the porch,
looked at the stars, thought about the mother she almost didn't remember, about the grandfather who loved in silence, about Grandma Maria who gave her a family, about Maria who became a daughter, about all the children who passed through her life. Each of them was a part of her story, a part of her path. She regretted nothing, neither the orphanage, nor the prison, nor the hardships. All this made her what she became: strong, kind, necessary. Anna closed her eyes, imagined Grandfather Victor looking at her from above. Smiling, he is proud. "I managed, Grandfather," she whispered into the night. "I lived life correctly, as you wanted. I helped others.
I created a family. I was happy. The wind rustled the leaves. Somewhere in the distance, a night bird called. Life continued, and Anna was a part of it, an important, necessary, loved part. She entered the house, closed the door. Tomorrow would be a new day. New children, new stories, new joys. And now sleep. A quiet, deep sleep of a person who knows what she lives for.